good old Yorkshire tea. She hasn't had dinner. She has dinner with her. You fly on Thursday? Oh. Exciting. Exciting times. Oh, was it Wednesday? Oh, you better check. They're kicking you out of the country, Eric? Yes. Get out and buy her, bring back ranch. No, actually, bring her back, one of them big bottles of ibuprofen. You know the ones that you get like 1,000 pills from a big bottle? Apparently you can get that in the US. Kind of crazy. Or, what else is the fun thing in the US right now? Ranch. You can get her favorite crisps. The flaming hot cheddar ruffles. There's definitely like red 40 in them, but it slaps. But hello. She has her dinner, which is some pastries from 2 weeks ago. Whether or not they're still good, they passed the sniff test. She'll eat it. It's got mad poison, but it's got poison, but it's mad taste. Exactly, but that's when you know it's good shit. No, the calories in it is actually not as bad as she thought it would be. Her friends bring her every time they go to the US. He always buys her some ruffles. And what do you mean any leftovers? All that food was for like 10 people. She has leftovers for the rest of the fucking year. She has so much leftovers. It's great. You won't bring back any lettuce for sure? You know what you're gonna miss? In the US that she's found out the US doesn't have? Cheese. Good cheese. Asia as well, to be fair. For some reason, the UK has good cheese. Which, she did not realize until when she went to Japan. She was like, what the fuck is this cheese? I didn't know how hungry the gals were. Listen, she has opinions in some of these gals, like, no, actually not some, only one. Only one gal she was, not very happy with. Ravenous, they ate quite a bit, but they didn't eat as much. They didn't eat that much of a short rib, they ate everything else. Though, left, like, her Moe gal pals all collectively bought her, like, a really nice barbecue set. Like, a lot of the meats and stuff. So, they got it for her birthday. So, it was really nice. She got to eat a lot of it. It was very interesting to she's never gotten one of them barbecue boxes. You wanna eat a stinky bishop? Why? But why? So are you gonna hear her eat her dessert? Nom 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 nom. With a cup of tea? The US has good cheese, but you have to search for it depending where in the US. You can't find good cheese in Walmart. The more potent the cheese, the more tasty it must be, surely. She went to the gross food museum in Berlin when she went to Germany, right? And there were like the world's nastiest cheeses. One of them was British. It might have been the Bishop one. And it sounded quite gross. It was quite grim. But now all her gals that came over, they ate a lot. They ate a lot of scrad. But like she did have enough food. Like that spread was enough food for maybe like 20 people. It was way too much. Plus, one of her gal pals made this like really cool Zimbabwe dish. I forgot how to pronounce it. It begins with S, but it's really cool. It's like a rice porridge, but like glutinous. Like it's like mochi with mashed potatoes that taste like rice. It was odd. Dopo, no, it begins with skewa. Wait. Like fufu, similar like fufu, but maize porridge, and it was it was her first time trying anything that was from like anywhere near that region, and it was quite interesting. She's not sure she'll want to eat more of it. Like, as in she still has some more, but she'll eat it. But like, she might not order it, cause she thinks it's mashed potatoes, but it's not, and it tastes like porridge, and it's a bit odd. But she likes it in the barbecue. Almost type places are no good for good cheese. It depends where you are. She can't, like, of course, if you go to a cheesemonger, of course it's gonna be good cheese in the US. But like, if you go to a supermarket here, you get like the good cheese. You got good cheeses there. You'll eat but not stick it out. Yeah, it was still nice to try it though. No. Ooh, is this still okay? Sniff the food. Oh. Better to overcook than undercook? Yeah, it might have been overcooked to be fair. But it was still yummy. It was still very cool. Like, she's been enjoying it with her other sauces. The bird's very cute, yeah. It's her boo pillow. She's currently, her lettuce dog is currently drying out because, she washed it today. So it's Purin's turn today to be the chest support. Her back, she feels like she needs to get one of them back support things when she sits down because her back's destroyed. Thank you, Kitty, thank you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you, thank you. Good spread. For Purin being overweight? Did she get any barbecue? Trouble did get some barbecue. Not a lot. Because, she can't have the mutton, she can't have the chicken. She can't have the sausages because there's too many things in the sausages, so she can't have wheat. So a lot of sausages and stuff like that. Anything that's processed, she won't be able to have. She got a little bit of the... She got a little bit of the pork skewers. She got a bit of courgette. She got a bit of pepper. She got a bit of prawn. She got a few prawn pieces, a few prawn tails. But other than that, she was okay. She was relatively naughty, but she wasn't that naughty. She was just whining and barking sometimes because people would like tease her with food. There's mutton. You make you wonder if mutton wasn't considered good. Mutton's just tough lamb. It's just very tough and it has a very strong smell. Compared to lamb, anyway. It's definitely the stuff. It's a lot cheaper. It honestly, if you are braising it, just get mutton. If you're making a braised curry and stuff, just get mutton because it'll just taste exactly the same. But if you're like quick frying it, grilling it, she probably would have gotten lamb. But lamb was twice the price. Horrific. Not a fan of really fatty meats? Yeah, lamb is quite fatty. Then again, you can't get, like, if you go pick out the cuts yourself, you can probably pick out the ones without fat. There's a lot of fat in this mutton, though. You find it in West Indian... Yeah, a lot of, like, West Asian and Indian places do eat a lot of, They use a lot of mutton in their curry because, one, it is cheaper. And two, it does still taste the same. Honestly, she can't tell the difference. As a gal who's eaten a lot of lamb, it really doesn't taste that different. And it tastes good. Yeah, it tastes good. She wishes people got to try the short rib. That short rib, pierce the resistance. She won't lie, that short rib slapped like hell. She still has a lot of it. How's your day been? She's been very busy. She's been quite busy. She's kind of been in her own brain today. Kind of just focusing on a lot of admin stuff. She still needs to do some more admin off the stream as well. Send it in the post. Send it. Can you imagine trying to send like a slab of meat in the post? When doesn't short rib taste good though? Badly made short rib. She's had some bad place. In her gal palace. Yeah, she's been in kind of in her own brain today. Though, she did get a weird parcel today. She's not really sure what she ordered, but you know when you don't remember what kind of shit you've ordered? It's Gal time! Gal! Fin! Hello, hello! So it's a fun surprise, though? It is somewhat a fun surprise. Me, when I ordered figures from a year or two ago, she's ordered some random stuff. She has no idea, though. Like, she needs to go to open it. It appeared, and it's like a weird katana-looking thing. She has no idea what it is. Normally, it's like small parcels, right? Kate, get running, Kate. You bought some, she's not sure! Because she hasn't bought any prints. So she's a bit confused about that. No, she didn't get a katana, but it looks like a katana. It's like, it's long. Like, you know, it's a tall thing, and she didn't order, like, banners or anything like that. So she's really confused what this thing is, and it's written to her name. Wait! She knows what it is! She knows what it is! It's tablecloth material! Okay, that solves it now, okay. That solves it now. She's gonna write it down to herself. She looked at her eBay. She looked. Everything is all good. Tablecloth gal. So you do if you see a prize before Vicky does? Oh hell yeah, she'll go have a look up the stream. What kind of cuss surprise is she gonna see? For a second I thought it could have been identity theft. To be fair, it's quite easy. If a gal really wanted to, they could probably find out where she lives real easily. Maybe when the Akane ticket showed up? Yeah, it depends on normally if it's stuff with other stuff, normally Tori sorts it out, but if it's like one-to-one, she normally just asks the staff member to post it themselves because it's easier. Enjoy, Rancor, enjoy your game jam! Enjoy! Go to bed too. Go to bed when you can, it's 10:30 after all. That favorite Tori turns out to be your neighbor. She wishes y'all were her neighbors. Her neighbors are cunts. Her neighbors are like the kind of people that would be like the chair of the homeowner associations. You know? Like, they are that kind of gal. The kind of gal that would just report her. Your neighbors are super nice. She wish their neighbors aren't mean, right? But they are judgmental as fuck. They're so judgmental. They were like, one of her friends was driving like some sort of Honda, right? It wasn't like a fancy car, and he parked for like a day to go in central London, because like, you know, if you're driving from outside of London, you usually don't want to drive in central London, so you ask your friends if they can park at your house, and then they go to central London. Her neighbor knocked on her door and asked whose communal car has parked in front of the house. What the fuck is your business? She got what the? She's like, that's a friend's car? Communal car? Yeah, it's like, oh, like, it's unsightly. And she's like, it's a car. It's a fucking car. Like, calm down. It is the same neighbor that, like, was like, can you get rid of that skip? Whilst her house was being, like, redone. She's like, no, she's not gonna get rid of her skip. It stays there. It's on her land. Fuck off. Were they driving a Royce? They have, like, 3 cars, and one of them is a Rolls Royce. So, one of them's a Porsche, and the other 2 she has not really cared enough to look. So, they are the bougie-ass neighbors. But, they do also have a really fat dog. And every time, she's pretty sure this dog is dead now, to be fair. But every time she sees a dog, they're like, whoa, Tori, look at how cute her dog is. And this dog is like morbidly obese. And it's a chihuahua, which already, you know you're in for a ride when you see a fat chihuahua with a Karen. So, this little like stubby ass legs, it looks at her like, help me. And she's like, yeah, Mama, take them out on a walk a little bit. Can't even imagine shit fat chihuahua. It just looked like a white piece of shit. It was rotund. It was like, obviously, if she wasn't, medically trained, like a veterinary trained, she would be like, oh, that's so cute. It's a little fat dog. But because she knows this is not the normal size of a chihuahua, this dog is, she was like, oh, from her perspective, maybe you should take your dog on a little walk. Maybe like a 30-minute walk. You can find out where Tori lives? Probably. Like, when she first started, she did probably have her return address to be her actual address when she posted stuff. So, Living bird poop type dog? No, just look like a uncooked chicken sausage. Happy ending to the bad neighbor story, though. They kept tearing up the neighborhood with a motorized bike, which is illegal, and the entire neighborhood banned to record them and report them. Oh, nice. A wide type for it? No, it's like a wide type 5, but like white. You don't like me who used to post it straight on YouTube? Damn. You know what? You're not like Mama Taiga. Mama Taiga is so bad with that. She knows, like she was talking about it in a previous stream, right? That Mama Taiga likes to post a frontal photo of her house and post it as she leaves the house. Being like, going out now. Why are you telling the whole world there's no one in the house? But no, she used to be bad. Her internet safety is horrific. Because like when she was on the internet, she was young enough that the internet was very new, but not old enough to understand that maybe don't send people your personal address because they were really nice to you role-playing Spain from Italia. You know? Private OnlyFriends is not too bad, but still bad if it gets leaked. Yeah, it is a private account, but No. So one of the reasons you left Facebook, you got a creepy DM from a stranger that's nice how completely unprovoked, and you were like, nope, that's horrific. That's horrific. Nah. To be fair, if someone tried to like knock on her house and was like, oh, hello, Tori, big fan, she'd be like, oh, thanks. You want a cuppa? And then they'll never be seen again. You should not know the fuck 4chan is, Zach. You close that tab and you don't look at it until you're 18. Don't go on that site. Chain truffle to bury bodies? Nah, truffle will just eat the body. Dang, you have your address out to a bunch of people when you're in a Dora chat? Damn, you were role-playing Isaiah? Damn. But yeah, never go again. Just don't go on it. You shouldn't know what it is when you're a wee little baby. When you're a wee little baby. 4chan stories not on the website? Oh, okay. Oh, like you're just looking at like them like weird, you're like r/nice guys kind of posts. Okay, that's fair. As long as you don't go on the website, just don't go on it. There's a normal chat in Dora style? What does that mean? What does that mean? Collecting running. Stop going on 4chan? The only time she's only ever been on it was this one time when the cafe got posted, and she was morbidly curious And then she went on it, and then she saw that all they did was insult people, and she was like, she's good, thank you. She's good, thanks. No, thank you. What? She doesn't really scare people go on it. Because, when she did go on it, she saw like there were like, threads about finding Taobao links, finding links for like shops and stuff. And she was like, oh, that's kind of helpful, How can you be toxic about linking your Build-A-Bear plushie on Taobao? But like right next to it would be like, look how ugly this gal is. Bruh. She has too much shit in her life to care about what people think. You went on 4chan once or twice when you were younger but got too scared? Gal went on the yaoi thread. Because you never figured out to navigate that site because of curiosity would kill me? She has no idea if it's still... Is it still up? The last time she went it was like 2018? Yeah, it was like 2018. You're so old. You was on 4chan when it's cool? Though, she does feel like a lot of people just go on and just be able to say what they want, right? It's a bit weird. When the origin moderating it? Can you imagine trying to moderate anonymous people? Crazy. Yeah, DeviantArt. What's everybody's favorite DeviantArt story? Every gal over the age of like 25 has a DeviantArt account. Her one was when she was a minor. So she used to post like her Chie from Persona. Persona 4? She cosplayed from Chie from Persona 4, right? And she posted photos like just like really regular photos, being like, haha, trying on her Chie cosplay for the first time. And someone DM'd her and was like, do you sell photos? Can you take some photos of you tied up? She was at this point she did have her age on the bio, so So DeviantArt is a place. Welcome. Freaks will be freaks. He had a very wholesome experience. Every other experience but that one gal was like quite wholesome. It was quite nice. Like the community was nice until like all the shit went on it. But it was quite scary. Do you know Pokemon Finesse? You can name a Pokemon for drawing. Can you draw a shiny Slowpoke? Commission to draw how much though? How much? How much though? Anonymous? Oh, this wasn't anonymous, Zach. This was straight up the username out in the open. Don't you worry, Zach. That was like a whole page open with bio and everything. Like people just didn't care back then. Just don't, be careful on the internet. It was a normal commission, but he got really specific about the fee and details. You're like, this gal has an ingrown toenail. Make sure that there are calluses on the feet, okay? Uricule, make sure there are some calluses on them toes. Make sure there's a blister on the little toe. Wait, why? Us ARQ! Gal got paid for it. That's the internet. It is quite the internet, isn't it? It is very, like, she has no regrets what happened in the internet when she was much younger. Because it kind of molded her into the gal she is now. Why does she need to have a blister? Do you not get blisters when you walk? Like, she gets blisters during, like, a convention day. She gets, like, her feet are minging, okay? Like, because she has, like, scars and blisters because she just... Have you ever made shoes? They destroy your feet. That's a flat foot thing? What do you mean? Everybody's feet are flat. There's no... What do you mean? Flat foot. You're not ballet dancing every day. Like, some girls have arches. Not so much blisters, but you used to have bad cracked heels. Have you never done like a 25,000 step day and then get blisters? She gets blisters a lot wearing new, like, cute shoes. You know? Happy birthday? Hey, yo! It's a birthday? Let's go! You're like 2 weeks early. No. Oh, God! Her birthday's in 9 days! Ew! 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 Ewy! Ewy! She hasn't planned anything. She won't lie. She hasn't really planned her birthday very much because she's just been so busy. She's been so busy. Do you want to ask her if any gal's up for Mecha Chameleon? She should probably post it in community nights, right? But that's tomorrow's problem. You're nearly able to drive soon? Jesus Christ. That's a whole another year, Zach. The yearly aging? She forgets that she doesn't age like everyone else ages with her. She thinks she's catching up to people. But no, she's getting old too. A little bit closer? You'd fucking drive a go-kart. Surely you should be able to know how to drive an automatic. Maybe not manual, but like surely you know how to drive an automatic. It's almost your turn to buy Pokemon cards in the queue. For fun or for scalping? You know. But good luck. If you get a Pokemon card that is one of you like eating a Pokemon eating some food, can you give it to ARQ and then ARQ can bring it back to London? Wanna both? Wanna open some, set some aside to sell later? She did! Her friend did give her some Pokemon cards. She can open them today. They gave her for her birthday. And yeah, enjoy your Pokemon cards. Don't spend too much money. You become Mew? Yes. You become Mew. Kate, Astro Man! Kate! Syringe, ibuprofen, Pokemon card. What else? Pressed coins. That's like the one thing she always like asks when someone asks her like, oh, do you want anything from abroad? She's like, a pressed coin if you find them in them tourist places. You left a pressed coin. The wait time is stupid? Just go to Costco. She gets her cards at Costco sometimes. Kate, Foxy, Kate. It's pronounced Mew. Mew. You didn't realize Off-Kai was a three-day event? Oh, that's quite nice. It's like grown. It used to be like a one-day event, don't know? You was gonna go sightseeing? You could still go. You don't have to go to the con for 3 days straight. Tori, got these already? She doesn't remember. She needs to get a little frame to like glue all her press coins onto. See any Rocco merch? Aww. She's trying to think if there's any like VTuber merch she'd want. The problem is, right, she's very particular with merchandise now. She kind of refuses to collect trinkets unless they're like maybe a bag, because she'll put them on her like on her uniform. But like she don't know what to do with keychains anymore. What'd she do with keychains? You know, I got you the ones that were from Sanrio ones from Universal Studios. Hell yeah. She likes those. To be fair, she's never mad about getting duplicates. She has a few Tokyo duplicates. They're quite, yeah, she's filled 2 of them already. But they're annoying to find. They're quite ugly. Like the coin books, they're all for old people. And she gets it. Like coin collecting is a quite old people hobby. But like, can it not be cute? You want the Densetsu concert merch badly? But the shipping, use the ARQ mule. You just have to like, Erica, this is your opportunity right now. What you do, right, is you charge 10% of the merch cost. Make yourself a little buck. You know? Did you check Etsy? She's scared of checking Etsy. Etsy's kind of cussed. You see many people around your age get them a few years ago. A few years ago, you were still doing your like, what the fuck's the exam before GCSE? When you're like year 6 to year 7. How's your day been? Her day been okay. She's been kind of focused on a lot of stuff. You're getting hollow at Vexpo? You're luckier than some of us? You should come, Latte. You should fly to the UK. You should, find there are some cute coins. No, she knows there's cute coins, but they don't have cute coin books. They're like little books that you put the coins in. You're taking orders 500,000 service fee, thanks, bye? She used to do that in Japan when she went to Japan like relatively often. She would charge her friends like for like big stuff. She would charge them like 10% of the cost of the item for her to mule it back to them. But you should come to the UK, Lapin. It's not too late now. Then you can join the Galpao B&B with Medulla, Tanuki. At this point we'll shove ARQ in there too. Maybe BT can go in there. Maybe we'll add Magua and Delta in the same B&B too. Cause the whole point, like, she's not sure about you gals, right? The whole point of a convention nowadays for her is that she goes with friends and she enjoys the pookie time. Smuggle brother in your luggage? Oh, hell yeah! At what point does it become a Galpao house? That'd be great. She would love a little Galpao holiday. She would cook for everyone. Just to give you a... Wait. Okay, wait. That's been ages since someone redeemed that. Miana can... Okay, wait. How does she do this? Gift the sub. Gift subscription. There you go. Ow! Don't give her... No! Don't thank her! Don't thank her for herself for her offering. That is our name, Miss Miana. Sorry. You actually... Oh, sorry. Too late. Sorry. She thought you didn't ready. Not gonna lie. You should have said shit. Yeah, Delta's already subbed. Miana wasn't. Oh well, too bad. You still miss Victoria karaoke redeem? Listen, she has to change things up a bit. She has to change things up a bit. You'd accept £2.50? That's £2.50 for herself. Oh, Gisa, okay, wait. Hey, Gisa, can you say hello so she can click your name? She doesn't scroll up. It's nice if people do it. Okay, excellent. Let's get that gift sub. There we go. Good old... Oh. Don't get... You gotta hide the... Oh, fuck's sake, too late. Thank Gal for your offering. Don't thank Gal for her offering. It's okay, Tori, who hit you? Herself. She slapped herself. Don't worry about it. Giving it to a different mod? She thinks every mod is sub, no? Except for you, Miana. Because Angel over on YouTube side. She didn't know. She didn't really keep up. She won't lie. She's not sure whether or not it's a bad thing for like a streamer to not check who's subbed and who's not. She hasn't given herself a hype train. No, fuck that. No. That's embarrassing as shit. Oh, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Don't give it. Okay, you know what? At least it's not just her doing the hype train, okay? Like, that would be embarrassing if she was the only gal giving herself a hype train. That's like giving herself a pat on the back. And everybody's watching. That's even worse. But it would be nice. Okay, before she gets distracted, it would be really nice to do like a little gal pal holiday. Ow. Thank you for your offering. Thank you so much for the gifted to me. Thank you. She's driving a train. So brave, so gal. She's giving her like, oh, well done. Thank you for the top note. Top gifted ToriThaiga. Hey, Rachel Fish. But where though? Wait, gals. What if we go to Lapland? What if we take Zach to Lapland? Why did you give someone who's dead a sub? Rest in peace? Miss Milky Queen, you fucking like... You let gals resting in her casket? And you're like... Here's a sub, bitch. Welcome. There goes your 67 sub number. It's time to get that 69 one. But thank you so much, Weapon. Thank you. Don't give anymore. At least wait until her birthday, you know? At least make it feel like a birthday thing. Zach, you're not allowed to say the word 69 until you're 18, okay? Auntie's orders. You can't even know what it is. Your birthday? It's your birthday, what do you mean? That one gal said it was her birthday? Listen. Damn, you right? You can't, you can't say it. You say the redeem for the birthday? Yeah, it's a birthday next week. Her birthday, she's not her birthday yet. Not her birthday yet. She doesn't want it to be her birthday. She's getting older. It's no longer like, yo, yeah, it's her birthday. She's now like, fuck. She's getting so old that like she can't justify some shit anymore. You can't believe it's already that time of the year though. It's not getting older, it's becoming wiser. No, it's a downhill spiral that when you pass 24, it starts going downhill real fast. You start to get a bit dumber. Because, you know what? Talking about getting dumber, she spent 30 minutes today trying to figure out which way the page needed to be flipped to print on both sides of the sheets of paper. Right? Because she has a printer that prints both sides of a piece of paper. Right? It prints both sides, but there's an option to say flip short edge or flip long edge, and she could not figure out for the life of her which way it was, and she didn't want to waste paper to test it out. And she's like, oh, is it short edge? What does it mean short edge? Is it gonna flip on the, is it flipping like, is a portrait image gonna be flipped weirdly? Like what? And her brain couldn't figure it out. She is also diagnosed dyslexic. So like, she's presumed it was that. But she did spend half an hour just going, is it this way? Is it that way? She doesn't understand it. And she had to literally get a gal to try to explain it to her. And she still didn't get it. You want to be... How many points do you have? Jeez, okay, gal. Nice. She's gonna bring out a model she hasn't seen in a while. Are you ready? You haven't seen this model in a while. get glasses on, though. Tiger lore accurate now. It's been a while since you can see this one. She can even be a fish if you wanted to. You can be a fish. Have you seen her as a fish? Oh. The favorite? It's like a really nice old model. You want to take her glasses off? Damn, okay. Give me this one. Yeah, it's really old. It's her first non-main model. It's very cute. It is very, very cute. Like, Captain Louie, Captain, welcome. Captain, how was Elden Ring? Wait, were you playing when we were playing Elden Ring? I thought you were playing Okami. Captain, Hollis, Captain, Luckstar, Captain, Cupid. If you don't know who Tori is, she's just Ow. She's just a gal. She's having a cup of tea right now. She has a hype chest. Whoa. It was a very modded version of Okami. Oh, okay. That's confusing. Thank God for the hydrate. Thank God. Yeah, apparently she got a hype chest, but thank God so much. Looks exactly like Elden Ring. Oh, she gets it. It was meant to be, but you swapped to Elden Ring again. It was one of the greatest games known to Demonkind, as long as you enjoyed it. But thank God so much for the raid. There are wolves in it. There are 2 wolves inside of her. And sometimes she does want to just try to rip off her shirt and go awoo. No, they enjoyed it because it's you, Pookie. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you do need to raid and run and rest up, feel free to do so, okay? Said that like the wolves were a succulent meal. She's been having short rib for the last 2 days. Why are there wolves inside of you? Awoo! Delicious. A good cup of tea. Very cow. Today she's just yapping, by the way. There's not much going on. I'll thank God for it. Hydrate. She does like just a little yap. She hasn't had a yap in a while. She keeps on yapping in front, like, before like actually doing stuff. And she decided she's gonna have a yap today. And actually just get all the yaps out, you know? Get every single yap out. All of it out. Gonna have many yaps. She hasn't even told you about the slight realization. She's getting her patient level of patience is going down. As she's getting older, she's realizing her old Asian auntie mindset is kind of kicking in. She's becoming a little bit more less tolerant of annoying gals. You need to save yaps for the future. There's always gonna be yaps, but she needs to get some of it out now. Be careful, everyone. She's normally quite good, but for some reason, maybe because it was like her birthday party, right? Maybe because it was a birthday party, she didn't know this gal, to be fair. And like, you know, she was a bit. She's not even sure whether or not she should yap about it. She feels kind of bad yapping about it. But this is how she's realizing that her tolerance for gals is slightly dying. It was a shit post? It was not a shit post? Oh, you mean it was a Dota post? Why did you not wait until like the day afterwards? Gal couldn't even wait? Gal got the schedule wrong too? Didn't even include the community night? Change call? Yeah. She took off her clothes. And now she's a tiger. You had your birthday party early, so you pre-ordered the aging? It must be, because, yeah, like, the too long didn't read version of it was that one of her like best gal pals brought their significant other for the first time, you know, to meet her and meet our friends, and she does not like her at all. Dislike is it's hard for her to dislike a gal, but like she's been friends with this gal for like 15 years. She considers him as one of her best friends. You know, like they would be like one of the like bridesmaids level of friendship, right? But gal has this girlfriend that, by God, you can't like every gal. But like, when, oh, it was with the glasses, like, yippee! You're smart again. When, as a gal, you know, as a fellow, as a friend, do you just have to ignore the fact that the significant other is a little bit of a cunt? You know, like, do you have to like, would you as a friend tell your best friend that their significant other is a bit of a cunt? Do you? Like, to be fair, she feels like the gal knows that she doesn't really like her very much. Because by the end of the day, she was like, you can go home now. She was quite, you know, we weren't big fans of her, but she hated all of us. Eventually they broke up and he's now married to someone way nicer. Yeah, like, because he did ask her while, you know, the girl was away. He was like, you know, how do you feel about her? And she went, you can go have fun, but you're not getting married to this gal. This gal is not married to you. And we're getting to an age where, like, you know, carefree dating is not the most common thing in our age range now. When there's not a crowd to judge you from there. Gal complained that she didn't provide her adequate bottled water. And, like, you know, your first time meeting a gal, you're in their house and you go, oh, your filtered water is not good enough. Where is the bottled water? The bottled water that you have in your kitchen, which was not meant to be for consumption, it was meant to be for her plants, tastes bad. Bruv. Like, she's not even saying you should drink the water from the tap, right? Because she gets some people are a bit nervous about drinking tap water. But she has a filter in her fridge. So she has filtered water in the fridge. But like, Gal was complaining that she didn't provide her good bottled water. And Joy went, you should have bought them yourself then if you're that picky. Because one, you're in her house. You didn't ask before you decided to drink her shitty water. Like, you could have been like, hey, can I drink this? And she would be like, oh, you probably shouldn't drink that one. That one's for her plants. Let her get the bottled water that she has in the other room. But no, Gal just opened and drank it and was like, this tastes bad. Okay? Why the fuck did you open and drink it? It wasn't in the table of drinks. It's a table of drinks for a reason. Quality bottled water? Like, she has normal bottled water, but she has it in a different room because she has a lot of it. Just searching, yeah, they went and found it in a corner of her kitchen, and she was like, one was right next to the fridge. Crazy work. British tap water English tap water is from the Thames where people poop in it. Yeah, but you also, and most people drink poop water from the tap. It's filtered, so it's fine. Kape Skyan, kape kape! That's what I was doing to your kettle when you lived in England, which is like, no thank you. Yeah, you get hard water, but like, she'd get if you wouldn't be willing to drink the hard water, right? From like, you know, the tap, because some people are a little bit picky. She thinks that's kind of first world problems because the water is still perfectly drinkable, but she won't judge. But she has filtered water in the fridge, and if you were gonna be picky, and one, you didn't tell a gal that you needed bottled water before you showed up, you bring your own fucking water. You go. You bring your own water. If you're that picky, you don't expect someone to like have it. It'd call you a mug before you drink it. Ow. But yeah, wonder if they went into it wanted to cause problems. Because if you're someone threatened by the best friend, like she doesn't think he thinks of her as a best friend, right? Because she sees her gal pal as like a best friend, but like we're best friends enough that we don't have to talk to each other every day, right? But like if like she doesn't know about you gals, but if she was like a gal's significant other and she's meeting their friends for the first time, she would be such a nice gal. She would be the most wholesome sugar plum of a fairy. She'd be like, oh, would you like a cup of tea? But your friend's way was like that. The first time we met, she didn't say much, and found out later she hated you. Why? Why? Posh Tori? She is posh, but like, she's not cut posh. You'll be on your best behavior. Yeah, she was meant to be on best behavior, right? And the same girl was like, to our other friend was like, did you go to a private school? Cause you sound posh. Like that's not something you say to someone you first meet. She's like, she's just like, you know, me just blinking. You're like, you are like the +1 in this party right now, and you're about to be the +0, okay? She does like, it makes her happy that her friend, you know, is with a significant other because like he hasn't had good luck with a significant other in ages. But like, why you gotta pick someone like that? Why you gotta pick someone like that, no? One time you had issues with a girl because she thought I liked her boyfriend, who was a pal of mine, and I was like, so about that? Yeah, like, it's weird, right? Because she's had people like get weirdly jealous. And she's like, bro, stop that. Oh no, power cut. Hopefully it doesn't hit the UK as well. Like, not the rest of the UK. Not hit our ends. Why do people ask that though? It's weird. It's a weird thing to ask somebody because it never ensues good things. It never ensues a good thing when someone asks you if you went to a private school. Because it's always like oh, that's why you're posh. That's why you're sophisticated. It's never like a positive thing when you get asked if you went to a private school. If fear I'm too short to cap it on, get a chair. Yeah, exactly. Do exactly what ARQ says. No limits. All the things you also want, trying to make a good impression. Yeah. She also cussed out Costco, and that's a no-no for her. But like, it's hard. It's hard to like to be outwardly mean, but she from a first time meeting her, she is not a fan. She is not a fan. She would probably get in a fight with her kind of level. So how do you think How do you think ill of Costco? It's because she was complaining about how Costco food tastes like shit. So all these places that stock Costco food taste like shit. And she's like, oh, you know, it really depends on like what you do with the food you get at Costco. She's like, no, the quality is shit. She's like, you're fucking eating Costco meat right now, bitch. Like, she was like, you're currently eating the food from said Costco. Costco's amazing? Yeah, like, obviously there's bad food in Costco. There's bad food. You can get bad food anywhere, but like, it depends on how you cook it, yo. Cause that short rib she got, that's Costco short rib. All your favorite takeaways get food from the Costco? That was her complaint. She was complaining about how no food tastes good anymore because it's from Costco. And she's like, it just means you haven't seasoned it. You probably went to a shit place. But then again, like, this was after the whole water bottle incident, so she was already like, when are you leaving kind of vibes to her. Like, if, to be fair, they, like, she like, her and her gal pal seemed happy, and they seemed like, you know, they were like, hugging and shit, so at least, you know, they all taking care of each other, but like, kinda wild. My birthday cakes as a kid were all Costco. How do you eat that much cake? To be fair, she does like Costco cake, but it's just too much. Like, she's had the profiteroles before, and it's great. No chance of recruiting her then. She'd rather close the cafe down. She wasn't really a weeb either. She was quite normy, you know. She was very, very normy. Kind of like likes getting the trends, you know. Likes, needles. That kind of stuff. You can't make everybody happy as long as the majority are happy, that's important. Yeah, like, the gal seems happy, so she's not gonna butt her head in, but she will be honest with him. If he asks how she feels about the girl, she'd be like, she doesn't like her. But if you're happy, you know, you're happy. But as long as bro's happy, she's not sure, you know? He seems happy enough, but he also does seem like he could be headlocked. You know? Yeah, like, Gal looked like he could be headlocked. For how long? Yeah, like, could be deadlocked. No, headlocked. But Gal was pretty, you know, the significant other is pretty. She seems nice enough. She wasn't like, you know, outwardly beating him up in front of all of us. That's always a plus. She wasn't like crazy. She's a bit of a cunt. She's not a very people person. Gives off pick me vibes. And Tori has little patience for gals of such caliber. Rose is pleased to be there. Yeah, she's happy. She's happy for him that he's like found somebody. But you know, her other gal pal found people, like her best friends are like with significant others, and they all seem nice. You know? What are pick-me vibes? So a pick-me is like a gal that tries to make everything about themselves. Right? So imagine, she hasn't actually met that many pick-me's in her life because she avoids them the moment she spots one. But like, it's a bit of attention seeking, but it's like they kind of make themselves a victim and to get attention. Or like they make things about themselves a lot. For example, let's say, She's trying to think of a good situation where it would explain a pick me. Okay. She has one. Okay, let's say you're in a group of friends. You're good friends. You're like, oh yeah, you're getting your college, university acceptance letters, right? And like, oh yeah, you got Harvard, you got Yale. Oh, that's really cool. And then one girl or guy starts crying and going, well, didn't get this. Oh, her life is ruined. Ah. And then starts like trying to get sympathy from everyone. That's a pick me. That would be a pick me. You know, like instead of being like, oh, you know, that's a bit of a shit. Bit shit, you know, that's a bad feeling. But congratulations to everyone, kind of thing. That's that. And then like a pick me would start crying and making a fuss so that everybody stops caring about other people's accomplishments. You made a sip of wow in your class at uni then? Yeah, it's quite common. A lot of people don't realize. Like, she's pretty sure she's done a pick me thing before. Everybody has been a pick me at some point in their life. But like, there are some that they know what they're doing. You know? Here, Starmer Vibe, she don't do the politics stuff. She don't know what's going on there. She only knows that, there's a bin going for council right now. Some of us recover from being a mess. Yeah, like, the issue is, like, if you can self-recover from being a mess, that's not a pick-me. But a pick-me is when you start expecting other people to turn their attention to you. That's a pick-me. Like, that's like, if you're expecting people to be like, oh, we'll be okay, that's low-key a pick-me. She's trying to think of one like in like a Vtuber way. Who feed must pat? Don't pat. It's not fluff, it's fat. Got this and think out for the head pat. Think out. You get her head. Her head has least fluff in it. We can name a few. Magoo! Digging up dirt! What is this effect? Can you talk normal? No. Your name is Pine Knot. Magoo with the Mean Girls book? It's the ones with the alt accounts. It's always the one with the alt accounts. Magoo bring the drama down. Damn, Magoo is like digging up tea? Yo! Bros mods for half of Twitch? Half of Twitch? Magoo got tea on everyone? Duh, she learned something about Magoo where she was a bit concerned how Magoo knew. And she was quite confused, but she was like, you know what? Magoo can do no wrong, and she looked away. She was like, how'd you find this out? And then she was like, Magoo Pookie turned around and continued on her day. You don't need your tea spill, probably good call. Yeah, no, she don't. She honestly, pick me gals are the gals who complain about things that like, but don't do anything about complaining. She feels like that's to her. That's her own little pick, like her own little. What's the word? Fuss on people. You mean something from Matsuri? Yeah. She was a little bit. She was a bit like, huh? How did you know? Like no one minded in the end, you know. Like she's pretty sure you know what she's talking about, but she was a bit like, how'd you know? A man of mystery. She feels like it is. To be fair, she feels like all accounts are healthier than doing it on main. You know. Like, she feels like all accounts, you know, private accounts are good on main. Like, not good, like, better to not do it than being on main, right? It only clicked 2 nights before? Damn, okay. Everyone asking how Magua knows, but everyone also knew? No one ever asked how Magua is. Your stuff here is unlocked anymore? You talk as if like Gao showed up in front of your house. Is it, or if you have a vent account, something to vent on without harming anyone, it's good? Yeah, she always finds that like all accounts should really be privated. Because the amount of times she's seen people all accounts on her feed, like For You page, is a bit like, oh. She don't need to see that. There's no drama, absolutely no drama. It was a funny thing at Matsuri. It was nothing drama at all. The only drama was the fucking heat. And no one died, everyone! That's nice, isn't it? She's able to now put it on the shelf that nobody died from the food. Nobody died from the food, and that's fine. You know, like that was like one of her biggest fears, because the heat was so bad that she had no idea whether or not any of the food would survive the heat. And she was so like, boy. Yeah, because it was so hot, there was no refrigeration. Like, there was only a tiny refrigeration. So, like, we had a lot of, like, creamed-based things. And she was like, oh, shit. Just from the words of workout from using fans all day. Yeah, she's kind of happy to know where they, like, collapsed. People were sensible enough to go and line up. And when they lined up, the air from outside was quite nice. But she still thinks about the fact that the gal who owned the place, the gal who was managing the place, didn't tell her that the windows were able to be opened until after the event. And she was like, you could have said shit, you know? Wait, what? Yeah! They didn't tell her! And like, she wished she didn't know! She wished they didn't say shit! She wished that she just remained ignorant of it. That could have saved so much trouble. It could have saved a lot of trouble, but now she knows. But she won't lie. She's not sure she'll ever do like a Matsuri-esque event again. It was very stressful. It was like incredibly stressful for her. Like, she was so close from like, she had like 2 breakdowns. And like, she is quite strong-willed, you know? Like, it takes her a while to have a little cry. Would you use the venue again? It's a tough one. The venue itself was fine. But they like, so she showed up to the event. She didn't realize they locked the fucking cabinets of the kitchen, so she couldn't use any kitchen tools. So she had to get someone to go to like B&M to pick up like pots and pans and shit, because they locked the fucking like they locked the cabinet, so she couldn't use any of the kitchen stuff despite paying for the kitchen stuff, you know? You think the gal at the OA booth might have gotten heat stroke? She did offer everybody drinks and like ice creams and stuff. You might have seen her running around with ice lollies. But like, she did try her best to try to keep people cool. Like, the venue itself it's fine. But she might use it for a standalone. It is quite a nice venue, but she's not sure at the moment. Is there a reason why people organize stuff like that as a job? Yeah, like, it's fine. It was fine in the end. Like, everything went fine. Everything went well. The only thing was the heat. But, like, she feels like people understand that, you know, she didn't summon the sun. She looked bare stressed. Can you imagine you've been, like, offline for, like, 10 years and you get turned on and then you get shoved into a heat wave? Because 10 years ago, the UK was never in a heat wave. Gal Gal was in a little Android. Gal was in your computer right now. Gal was uploaded onto the interwebs. But yeah, it was just hot for a lot of gals. Like, a lot of the androids were overheating because they don't really have like cooler fans inside their system, you know? Like, gals are just like, they don't have the cooler system. They don't have the cooler, you know, cooling fluid. A normal size event would be nice there. Not quite as many people, so temp won't get as high. Yeah, but it's the lack of kitchen ability. She'll have a think. She'll have a think whether or not she wants to go back there. It is quite expensive. And she is a little bit nervous about using the venue because of the cost. With the Matsuri, she knew that she could at least cover the costs of stuff. We can make the pilgrimage to Watford. She wishes people would make the pilgrimage to the Watford one. Because one, that venue was really good price-wise. And two, it was a good venue, a good kitchen, it had good tables, it had good everything. But nobody would go to it. Like, nobody's willing to travel to it enough to make it worth the event. You would have? Yeah, like, she wants to. But, like, at the same time, like, she can only work with what ticket sales say. Basically, with the cafe. It's a bit of a trek. Yeah, it is a bit of a trek. You stand by and think the Watford one's brilliant. The space was amazing. But, like, the issue is that people just weren't willing to take the travel. And that, like, she could tell, even it wasn't because of her family shit. She, like, that the Lucky Day event was cancelled. She probably would have anyway because the ticket sales were just so bad. And she didn't know if it was like there was another event going on or stuff like that, but like she can only really base it on what it was. She's glad people were able to do other stuff regardless though. But yeah, maybe it is hard right now, like, cause she's still in the search of a venue for these standalone events. Cause she does want to cook again. And now that Moonrise seems to have disappeared into the void, she can't use that venue either. You didn't say it wasn't even difficult to get to. It was a little bit long. There wasn't that the last time. Wasn't there like a issue with in Houston though? Wasn't that an issue? It took people like 2 hours to get to it. And like, obviously you gals might be willing to get to, but she knows people who are outwardly like, yeah, it's too far for them. Even though it's like an hour and a half, but you know, whatever. Maybe, like, she'll have a think about it. She'll have a think. Maybe she'll do a smaller scale event, you know, and let people decide if they want to go or not. Because, the 1-star venue is too small. She's not going there. You want to eat Tori's cooking? Maybe she'll make short rib. She'll make a barbecue tacos or something. Cause she can smoke it the day before, right? She can smoke and cook it the day before and just heat it up in the oven. The real problem is that you have to touch Houston. Houston's a bit of a shithole, isn't it? She's been there quite a few times. It would be very fun to do. Yeah, like, it is something she had to talk about. She had to think about. Because, the venue itself was a good price enough that she doesn't need as many people to come. But she'd understand people aren't able to come because it's so far for people. Maybe though. It is quite good for people who are like aren't London based. For example, if you're like from a certain ends, like from outside of London, it's actually quite easy because you just go to Watford Junction. Health and safety could be weird with transporting me. You just need a cooler box and a temperature gun. You're on the wrong side of London for it to be easier? Oh yeah, you're like on the other side. That is very sad. It's an event you could drag your parents to? would shit herself if your parents came, okay? Peace and love. She feels like that's a little bit, you know. she would shit herself if they have to eat her proper food, okay? The macros aren't great. May hosted an event in the back rooms, and people still went. And she always thinks that people like if she had time, she would love to go to a lot of the like main events. But like maybe it's because they like live out in the middle of nowhere, and their events in the middle of nowhere. People are like used to traveling to the middle of nowhere, but she feels like a lot of them moe like masters. They are used to getting things that are on the TFL. You gotta condition your patrons. So I'd be like, oh, you want to come to the event? You gotta escape this escape room fast. Thank you for following, Ganyong. Thank you, welcome. Hello. Does it mean we get 100-layer lasagna on the menu? She would love to try to make lasagna, because lasagna is actually quite a nice dish to try to serve at a cafe, mostly because you can just prepare it the night before and then cook it on the day, so it's fresh coming out. Spoons is cheap food and drinks. What's not to have? All you know is your sister went. You have a sister? Sure, you only had 2 brothers? We ordered a bunch of random stuff online with permission. You had to get permission to get a cup of milk from Spoons? She loves Spoons though. Maybe you know what? Maybe she'll consider doing another event at the Watford location, because it is just so good there. She'll consider it. She'll have a chat with her like management team about it. So whether or not she'll give it another go. 10 plates apiece, 10 beers. Guy, you shouldn't be holding a pint until like another 2 years. Even with parental permission. Anyway, isn't it UK parental permission you need like 14 to drink? Hi Tori, it's me. Tori, what do you think? She has Kate. She does have like a few gals that she word vomits to, basically. And they'll tell her whether or not it's a good idea or not. She does have gals that she does like ask. Because sometimes her thoughts and her thoughts and her mind are a little bit all over the place. You know, they kinda forget that she is one gal and she can't do things as quickly. So she just has like gals that she asks, like for example, wait, she just sneezed. Okay. She does have a gal that does most of the social media side of things. Because she's too dyslexic to type anything. Bless you, thank you. She does have a gal that does most of the Patreon stuff, and they do most of the social media side things. So like the monthly cafes schedule, they do that. They do the Patreon stuff. They do the social media posts on Instagram and Facebook, which is our main like outlet for stuff. She does the Twitter and Blue Sky. Well, no, Nap and Faggy do the Blue Sky stuff because she forgets. The problem is she can do it, but she doesn't have that much time. Her the kind of person to collapse and then drive herself. Who the fuck is driving her to the hospital? You know, she has to call 111. Last time she had to go, they had to give her a taxi. Thank God for the hygienic. Go get her water. 1 second, you go get her water. Go get her water for this, for the hydrate. Yeah. Good water. very odd sneeze. She doesn't sneeze like a normal gal. She stuffles her sneeze. She doesn't achoo. It's actually quite hot. Because she achews. The way she achews is very achews in a very high pitch achoo. She like stifles it, which is not very good for you, but it's something she does. Who did? She did. Cathay Frozen. Welcome, welcome. Also Cathay Moonlight. Welcome, welcome. Oh, hello. Yeah, she does have help. You know, she appreciates the help because it's stuff that, like, she can just ignore now. She can just not look. She still does the graphics for all the social media, like, majority of them. For, like, example, all the, like, things on the website she does. All the graphics, you know, like, all the, like, images and stuff. She does most of those. But she sends it off in a chat, and it gets posted on Instagram, and, like, it gets put in the right, you know, ratio for it. And timing-wise. You do proper forlorn sneezes? Yeah, she can't do that. She gets a bit... She sounds like a screaming banshee when she does that. But, yeah, she does have help. But, a lot of it's still her. Like, a lot of the boring stuff is her. You know? Payroll. Taxes. No, she has an accountant. Never mind. She sends them a bank statement and they go, why did you spend this on this? And she's like, You used to read Mansion emails in Luby's voice? She likes to think her emails are quite professional-ish. Kate, Sammy, Kate, welcome, welcome. Though she has been enjoying the fact that people now know it's her reading most of it. Other people do read it, by the way. It's not just her that reads it. Other people do read it, but it's 90% of the time she's the one replying. But she does like the fact that people do send little funny messages. She doesn't reply to them, but she likes to read them and it brings her joy. You still have to keep a record so the accountant knows what to do? Yeah, she's quite good at that. She does list everything that she, you know, what she buys and stuff and what it's for. So she does do a decent job at it. Go! Go, there, Sammy. Oh, that's her tail. Why is her tail there? Go! But yeah, Mantra emails are always Atsushi voice regards and why Atsushi's? Do they write like that? Does she write like? Cause she, you know, is it the whole kind regards thing? You know, like she takes a thing that it types like a relatively monotone email. The line that, let me check the line that did it for you. Getting called by a gal for how quickly you bought your Matsuri ticket. Listen, she'll never reply as like, she'll never reply unless you're directly being like, let her talk to Tori, which at that point she's wondering why the fuck are you not just DMing her? But then she'll, you know, it'll be kind regards Tori, but like normally it's just a cafe because that's how, you know, you should stay professional like that. Unless you really want to escalate it to a manager, but at that point, she'll know you're escalating it to a manager. And you're gonna show up on her stream pretending that you didn't escalate it to a manager? She's gonna call you out. She'll see. She'll see right here. She'll know. And you know that she knows. So why the fuck are you here? And I'm sure something juicy that would be gossiped about. It's never ever that bad. Like, people are quite nice about it. The most exciting thing is getting a dog picture from Cherry every once in a while. It's great. And occasionally she gets an order note being like, smooch, smooch, XOXO. And she'd be like, hit. It's nothing ever that bad. The one time she did see someone's billing address be the same first 2 digits of her postcode, and she was like, huh, that's a bit too close for comfort. She did find out there's 2 gal pals that live quite close to each other, and she does find that funny. She does wonder if you shop in the same Lidls, you know? It might have been the day out event will occur on the same day as our foremost event. Listen, she tries to do English, okay? Leave her alone. Imagine the same street you'd be. Nah, it wasn't the same street. It was just the same, postcode. Not postcode, but like same, first digits of the postcode. You remember at Happy's on in stock again all day? You just check in before you do collection order? They won't be in stock until probably either you collect them at Go Japan or Vexpo. You can, because at this point she has a pile of things for people to collect at this point. But you can do it, like, collection-wise. It won't be for Hyper Japan. It has not arrived. It has not been sent. Sad times. You're one of 2, I think? To be fair, she knows a lot of people that live in your ends. Not only Moritakus, but, like, she knows quite a few people that live in your ends. No, talking about her ends, she did see someone with an Ita bag in her ends today. Not today, yesterday during her dog walk. She's like, that's a whole ass Ita bag. In her ends? Of course, she was too socially awkward to say hello. And they also looked half her age. So she's not gonna randomly approach someone who looks half her age being like, nice bag. While carrying 2 bags of shit. So, she was like, ooh. Oh, that's nice. And then continuing on her day, you know there's a Moritaku that lives in your town? That'd be crazy. She'd be Pookies. You need to put another order in? If you do it now, you have a chance of her posting it tomorrow. The problem is, everything's kind of packed away for Hyper Japan, so people are putting orders in, and she's like, fuck, she has to climb into her, like, room full of shit to try to find the shit that she needs to post. And she's like, Kate, Androta! Kate! Welcome. It's stuff you can get out of Hyper regardless if you order or not. Then you might as well just get it on Hyper Japan. Though, do be a bit patient on Hyper Japan. A lot of the gals haven't been feeling very, very well due to the heat and stuff, so she's a bit understaffed. Normally, she works in the kitchen for Hyper Japan, but this time she's dual-wielding. She's doing both the kitchen and the front of the house, so that's always fun. Isn't Hyper Japan one of the longest cons? It's a 3-day convention. Technically, the longest convention she knows that's like pop culture oriented is Confuzzle. It's a 5-day furry con. That happens during the same weekend as MCM May, so that's a bit sad. Post that picture of ducklings a few weekend when someone in Discord sent me a DM that their pal sent them a photo of the same ducklings. Spooky. Yes, you mentioned that. But yeah, Hyper Japan is one of the longer ones. It's a full 3-day convention. No! You know what the full day convention was? Wait, no, it is Hyper Japan. Because Hyper Japan, they have a thing on Saturday that they open at 10 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. Why do you need a 10-hour convention day? Why do you need a 10-hour convention day? Why? Why do you need a 10-hour convention day? But the cafe does close an hour early. The cafe closes at 7 because they want exhibitors out by 8:30, and that's impossible for her to close at 8 and get everybody out. You'd still see me at the con all day? You should. Have you been to Hyper Japan, Zach? Because like that seems like something you'd probably really enjoy. She knows you're not in the country, so she's still wondering where the fuck you were in the country for like 3 days and then fucked back off. But you know, she's not one to judge. But why were you? Why? She's morbidly curious. Why did you come back to the to meet some friends? What the fuck do you mean? How'd you miss Manchester Hyper Japan? Zach was like 12. Maid. Zach was 12. That's why he missed Manchester Hyper Japan. To play Roblox? It was not last year, was it? But that's crazy. She like, you know what? That's kind of baller. Like, she would love that. She would love to just be like, well, gonna fly home for like 3 days to hang out with a pal and then fly back. Yeah, I think it was last year. Bruh. That was like 4 years ago. It was 4 years ago. That she thought it was like a couple of years. Damn. If it comes back, you go all 3 days. She's surprised they haven't allowed you to go to like the London events. She would not recommend, but she would not recommend MCM to you. She won't lie. MCM is like, that's a tough one. You know, flying in for a few days to hang out with friends who would do that. No, Delta. Okay, she needs to explain what Zach did. Okay, Zach is on a holiday with the fam for in a different country for 2 months. 2 months. Imagine you flew to the UK for a week for a holiday, you know, you hang out, but then you fly back to Poland for a day to go and hang out with your friends, and you flew back to the UK to spend the rest of your holiday and then fly back to Poland. That's the vibe. That's the thing that she's like, yo, that's baller, you know? She thinks that's kind of wild. You don't want to touch MCM London MCM with a barge pole? It's just so busy. It's so busy. Like, she probably wouldn't go unless she was, like, performing there. Plus, it's expensive. You can't see how expensive Hyper Japan is? Bless their soul. But £50 for a one-day ticket is a little bit much, isn't it? MCMs are so expensive, too? She doesn't know. She hasn't paid for an MCM in, a good part of about 11 years. So, MCM London, anyway. MCM London. She doesn't really know. She hasn't been to enough of the Birmingham and Manchester ones. Like, your social anxiety would... You don't think your social anxiety would enjoy it? Honestly, it's so busy. If you had to pick one, do the October one. It's a bit cooler. Because the summer one, the heat and the busyness, that requires friends and planning. You can plan with the gal pals. At least Hyper Japan has a bit more going on than MCM, yeah. But at least, you know, both of them have Moe in it. That's fine. MCM's only good because of random chance of not because of her performance. Fuck you, maid. You can rush to press it once. It's probably too much to notice. It'll be very fun for you. You'd probably really enjoy MCM. But she doesn't think your mum will. She don't think your mum's gonna enjoy MCM London because it's just too busy. Like, it's honestly quite stress-inducing and just really busy. Like, she would probably recommend a con for you. It's probably MegaCon. MegaCon's something what you probably really enjoy, Zach. Like, from the level of busyness. Really busy? She lost Delta for a while. She felt a bit bad. But the last con you went to had a set of nails for £50 for one set. You can just get your claws done. Get them done professionally, you know? Get them like how she gets them. Mega is something you hope you can try. There is a MegaCon in Manchester, she's pretty sure, right? We turn up to away events because that's the easiest way to catch up with Magua again. We? You and me are now just a little pairing? Like, what do you mean we? What do you mean we? You don't show your partner. You just usually see your partner once. Me and Kiwi probably go to Japan. Yeah, we'll be at Go Japan this year again. What a bank fucking holiday Monday though. How horrific is that? Con and a bank holiday. She knows JDM Jam was on a bank holiday too, but ugh. Be careful with the phrasing of the Fujoshi will awaken. Listen. It's all in jest. She never really actually pairs people because she thinks that's weird. Pairing real people is weird. But she thinks it's banter. It's still worth it to skip out on college. Don't skip school. Was it for me when we looked around? We're looking around a mate. But like the whole joy of a con is that you go and hang out with your friends, right? We need to persuade Magoo to come do some coloring with us. It is a bit of a trek for Magoo to go Japan. It is a little bit of a trek. She does need to think about what to do for the food competition though. They want her to run it twice this year. She don't really know. Because last time, okay, so the food competition happens at Go Japan, right? And she normally prepares a lot of the food. Last year, because she wasn't there, because it was Vexpo, she gave everybody the spicy noodles, and that was a fun challenge. But the year before, she made beautiful bentos, and she remembers seeing her beautiful bentos being inhaled like it was like a scrumptious Chinese takeaway meal, and she was like, oh, her 4 hours of gently preparing a cute bento has just been rude. Oh, you missed about the bentos? It was such beautiful bentos. They were so pretty, and she spent so long on it. And just seeing people just like not give a shit about the flavor and just like, and she was like, you know what? She doesn't need to make fancy food anymore, does she? See, that Adam one was different. Adam one had like other stuff. Gaute Toastman! Gaute Gaute! Thank you for the redirect. Welcome, welcome. You know, Tori, she's just a gal. Gaute Gaute, welcome, welcome. But yeah, Go Japan is in, it's in the southeast. It's like past Dartford. Gaute Toastman, how was your stream? Did you, she's gonna always presume you're playing World of Warships. She's just always gonna presume. She knows you play other games, but she just presumes you're just playing War of Thunder. Yes. That thingy. Because you're a big fan of like the pew pew planes, do you like cars? Are you a good car gal? Because we're trying to talk about the car gal. Gotta get autograph. Stop terrorizing the guide! The guy has no idea why you are bothering him. So for those who don't know the context of the C Adam guy, right? In the first year, we did Go Japan. She hosted the food competition, and this guy was vlogging it, right? And it wasn't even that bad. It was just like he was just roasting the competition a little bit, and just posting the fact that we were uwu kawaii maids. But like he wasn't that bad. Y'all just like clinged on to him because he was just a little bit normie cringe. But yes, everybody go and sub to Toastman. Thank you so much. It's an excuse to drive your car. You know what, mate? If you're willing, why don't you like think about maybe picking up some of the gal pals to go? But that'll be quite fun. If you just like, collects enough gal pals. I hope they got smoked in your wand. No, she hosted it. Right, she hosted the competition. You play a few card games. So her maid cafe attends this JDM, so like Japanese car show, and we do like activities because there's like a little Akiba section of this event. It's actually quite a nice event, just not very commuter, like non-driving gal safe. You want to get ice cream? what's happening? Yeah, pick me up from Houston? From East London, maybe? Interest is picking Japanese cars. Yeah, they're JDM. So, like, people bring their itashas and, like, there are cosplayers there. You can cosplay there as well. Kate Flames! Kate! Thank you for the raid! Thank you! How's your stream? Were you drawing? Were you participating in the art of fights? No, you were playing a dungeon crawler. Kate! Welcome. If you don't know Tori, she's just a gal. She's just a gal. You want to see itashas? You should consider going to Go Japan. It is quite a fun day because you just watch some cars drift and shit, and you can go in a drifting car, and it's quite a nice. It's a relatively nice chill day. But Kate, she's just yapping. She's been yapping for a while. And it's fun to yap. Think. You do need to raid and run. Feel free to do so. Oh, pensive fish! Pensive fish has been found. Do they let you drift? No, they don't let you drift the car. They drift the car with you in it. But yeah, it is quite a fun event. Like, she thinks it's quite fun. Plus, because we don't serve food at that event, we get to spend a lot of time yapping. But yeah, let's hire about. There is a shuttle bus that goes to and from like the local station, but she doesn't really know the extent of it that much. You might as well use the Maid Senpai Uber service if Maid is willing. Or Cubic. She presumes Cubic can drive because Cubic found us from Go Japan, which still to this day will shock her. You saw a lot of JDM in Tokyo? It makes sense because they're all like, you know, Japanese brand things, but they're kind of scary. She won't lie. Like when hosting the food competition, they get very passionate about their cars, and she's driving in with her German-made car. We gotta tune your car, Tori. She would love someone to fix her car. Can you do a service for her too? For free? Because the car service, the place that she looked at, was quoting her £280 to change her oils, but she doesn't know how to do it herself. So she's trying to convince a gal who knows how to deal with cars. You paint flames? Can you do that? And it stays on her car? That'd be kind of cool. The main thing you know about cars, your mind is a white car. Very gal. To be fair, even though her car is a black car, according to the files, it says it's brown, and she doesn't really know what that means. Why is her car brown? Slam the GL? Go, love? Slam the go. Try got the poop mobile. It's a black car. Like, she's sure that some people have seen her car before. The Mercedes. It's an ML, actually. It's an ML, not a GL. Which I know the fuck a GL is. Her car's an ML. The 2008 ML. She doesn't know what that ML means. But she don't really know what that means. She doesn't really know what a ray is. She doesn't really know what cars are, really. Her funny thing that one of her gal pals that came to the party drives a Lexus, and when she you know, her other guests were coming, they were like, "Yo, Tori, who drives a Lexus?" And like, all the boys went outside and just looked at the car. They all have one brain cell. The men, they all just went, "Whoa, look at that Lexus," and then they came back inside and then had a beer. What does that mean? She doesn't get it. Tori's car is such a dominating presence outside of events. There was this one time, right? She was we did this event at a restaurant called a Curry Hour. It was like one of the Halloween events a few years ago. And she parked their car at the back, right? And she needed to go grab some stuff. She was like, Atsushi, come and help her bring stuff up. And as she comes out, Kitty and Kitty and Wifey were just standing outside, watching her unlock her car and remove a copious amount of Coca-Cola from the back of her car. And she was like, you saw nothing. You saw nothing. Don't look at her license plate. Put that thing away. Kit left Toastman stream for dinner, came back for Silent Tori, because she's a dessert. Ayo. Captain Toastman, Captain. The art you did of Macron is so cute. Halloween con events? Yeah, she's actually thinking about how free are people on the 31st of October. How free are people on actual Halloween? Because, not to spoil things, but that's the date she's looking right now. But she's actually not sure. She has a fear. She has a fear about events. Because she did a Valentine's Day one, and so many people couldn't make it because they had a date. And she was like, oh, never fucking mind. This year's one was this year's Valentine's Day was actually on the 14th of February, and people were like, "Oh, sorry, have a date that day." She's like, "Oh, that's rough." The event went well. It went really well, considering that everybody overheated. Can I clarify? I didn't have a date. You just had work. So it's awfully suspicious that you had work on a weekend, despite it being a weekday worker, huh? Don't do the 17th. No. As she said, she does need a week break because she has. Okay, so to spoil the sequence of it, she has her calendar here, right? To spoil the sequence of events in the next 2 months she has Hyper Japan this weekend. The following weekend she has Anime Manga Pop, the Idol Con. The next event weekend she has a rehearsal. The following weekend is KitaCon, which she's still and ahhing. The following weekend after that she has a wedding. The following weekend after that she has Go Japan. The following weekend after that, she has, another rehearsal. The following weekend after that, she has a family birthday. Then the following weekend after that is Vexpo. The following weekend after that is Luton Comic Con. The following event after that, the weekend after that, is London Anime Con. And then the weekend after that is her first weekend free on the 10th of October. So she is not doing shit until MCM. After that, after the 4th of October, she doesn't want to do shit for the next 2 weeks. KitaCon Reg clothes. Have you never LoserCon something? KitaCon's like a hotel adult con. Like it's a cosplay anime con, but it's only for like 18 plus only. But yeah. She doesn't, obviously not a lot of it is convention stuff. It's not all of it is cafe stuff. For example, the wedding, and then she has her family birthday thing. Though, she did, remember, her cousin did. There is possibility she might be doing a little vendor event on the 28th of August too. As Tori, not as the cafe. Because she applied to be do a booth at Chiffon Magazine's launch event. She really wants to try to do the drawing booths. You know when you put money in and she draws a quick sketch of you and it spits out from a little booth. Tori streams are her breaks. Yeah, her breaks are literally when she streams. She gets to relax a little bit, focus on only, things that she enjoys. She does still enjoy doing stuff. It's just that she's just very busy. Until then. That sounds awesome. Yeah, but she had to see if she gets approved or not. Because it's obviously not to do with the cafe, and she hasn't made anything, but it'd be quite nice to do so. But yeah, after Hyper Japan, she has a con, another con. She has her birthday. You have to remember, her birthday's next week, and she hasn't really planned anything. She'll probably just do a little, like a 10-hour stream or something. She'll probably do a long stream, but there's like... She remembers her first birthday stream as a streamer. And she had so many plans. She had, like, you know, people showing up. But she's just been too busy to try to organize anything. A little 10-hour stream. There's a few things that she really wants to do that she still hasn't had the time to actually work on. And she's a little bit stressed about it. But she might keep it until her 6th anniversary instead. You know, I ate living stream to the end. You need to go eat and do stuff. She'll take break because she does need to go walk Truffle. She does need to, you know, do like it's not only her being needed to be taken care of. So like she'll try and do what she can in terms of like making, you know, stream as long as she can, but she will need to take breaks to feed the dog and let the dog go poop. No, she did have to recently book somebody to come and live in her house for over the Vexpo weekend because she's away from Thursday till the Sunday for Vexpo, right? So she's a little bit she hasn't found anyone to take care of the dog, and Mama Taiga isn't around anymore. So that's a little bit bleh. How long you plan to plan stream like a multi-parter? Yeah, she did that last year. So she had to think about it. Honestly, she feels bad, but she hopes like Gal Pals understand that she's been so busy with convention stuff and like the cafe stuff that she hasn't really had time to think about her birthday. As a streaming thing anyway. Like as a streaming thing, she hasn't thought that much. She already spent, she technically had 2 birthday parties. One was with Mama Taiga, and one was with her friends. So she's having 3 birthday parties this year, but the 3rd one is on her actual birthday. And it'll be online. That'll be enough, you know. She needs to remember now that like maybe her big celebration should be her streaming anniversary rather than her birthday. As like a, you know, as a streaming thing. Because the summer season really grips her by the coochie when it comes to how busy she is, and she always feels like she doesn't have time to plan that much. How come you get 3 birthdays? It's because trying to plan adults to all gather in one place, hard. Difficult. Because she has many gal pals that work 9 to 5 on a weekdays, but she has many gal pals that also work weekends. And trying to get the stars to align, difficult. Though she does have a relatively mini holiday because she's going for her gal pal's wedding, and she's gonna bring Truffle up too. She needs to find someone to take care of Truffle for the actual wedding day, but she'll probably find like a pet sitter to take care of Truffle for the actual wedding day. And then take her, you know, she might take her to the Yorkshire Dales. She's not sure how her dog's gonna feel about a 5-hour drive, but that's fine. But like, she honestly doesn't really know what to do for like most of her birthday stuff. Because she technically already celebrated, so she's quite just happy just to chill for like 5 hours, innit? Who wouldn't want to take care of the little papa? The problem is she can't really go to dog boarding places. Because Truffle will stress herself out being anywhere near dogs. She needs to find a place that only does one-to-one care for dogs. And they're expensive. And she's like, difficult. Yo, Zah, you want to take care of her dog? She can... No, wait. Her dog will kill your dogs. Never mind. She's like, she can drop it off. She can drop Truffle off for like a day. Good morning, Kanoko. a bit long for a drive for a dog. Look, Truffle is a strong gal. She don't need help to drive. You just took your dog for a walk on a hot day? Oh, could you not wait until 9 p.m.? Forgot it was next week? Yeah, how horrific is that? Kate, Fluffy, Kate, welcome. You put Truffle, your puppers in a separate room, but you don't know your parents will let you. Don't just randomly take a stranger's dog. No, they are French bulldogs, and like Truffle is much smaller than Nelly and Mila. She had to use the bathroom. Yeah, you could in the garden for a little bit. In the garden, bro's trying to kidnap Truffle. Yo, Truffle would kill his dog. Okay, like Truffle went ape shit at a cat. She's never seen a cat like arch its back and like hiss as much as she saw that one black cat that like was like in the full defense mode because Truffle was screaming at it. And she was like, ah, stop that. She don't know why Truffle's fine with her though. Maybe because she's a big cat. You thought Truffle would be the same similar size as me? No, your dog is like 1.5 times the size of her dog. Her dog is tiny. How much for your dog? What do you mean, how much for her dog? She adopted her. To be fair, the adoption fee was like 270 pounds. Yeah, 270 pounds. Which, to be fair, if you can't pay that, you should not have a dog. Right? Like, she feels like the payment is like a, yeah, you can afford it. You would never do that because Tori knows all. And Magua would. Magua? Why Magua? None of her other mods? To be fair, none of them. Oh no, Angel. Angel is UK based. You don't know where Angel lives, but you know, Angel could come. You thought dogs are more expensive to get? So, Truffle is an adopted dog. So, adoptions are usually a lot cheaper. So, a French Bulldog, if you bought a puppy, they range from 1.5 grand to about 3K. It can go more if you go for them weird, like, deformed ones. You know, the ones that are, like, Merle colored or, like, the fluffy Frenchies. They can go for, like, 6,000 to 8,000 pounds. Which, crazy work that you are willing to pay 8,000 pounds for a dog that is, like, going to, like, have serious health issues. Crazy work. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? You're gonna buy a dog that will probably need several surgeries and multiple medications. You need a Labrador, your puppies are getting about 1 to 1.2, which is quite cheap for a Labrador, but again, Labradors are quite cheap. Frenchies are insanely expensive. She didn't realize this until she joined a lot of dog like Facebook groups, and people were talking about it. She's like, "The fuck you mean?" See the bear-sized doggo go for like 20K? You mean those like cougar-looking creatures, the panther ones, the cane corsos? Kind of dangerous though. Like, she feels like people who spend that kind of money are wild because there's so many dogs that need to be adopted. You know, there's so many dogs in the system. Why are people not getting those? Like, she gets it. It's not, you know, it's not a cute little puppy, but like, you know, she thinks Truffle's lovely. Dude, you can get dogs for a few $100. And dogs that are a few $100 are usually from people who get accidental litters. The one that she's talking about, like, the 1 to like 8K amount are from registered breeders. Even the 1K ones are probably still backyard, like, breeding type dogs. Rescue dogs are more work. Yeah, like, she kind of wished she knew what happened with Truffle for the first 4 years of her life. She thinks her hypothesis was that she was a breeding dog because she has a lot of cesarean scars. Because the rescues was like, yeah, that's her C-section scar. Not a C-section, her spay scar. That is not a scar of a gal that has that has had a spay. Spay marks are like tiny. Spay spay is when you eat off the uterus of a dog. But Truffle has this scar on her tummy that looks obviously like a C-section. And she's a bit like, oh, she must have had puppies. And she has really long nits. Right? But she always presumes that, Truffle was a breeding dog because she's not been, socialized with other dogs. Because she's so she's animal reactive. She will kill anything. And she doesn't know what's happened because according to the vet records that they had, because they only had the vet records of the previous owner, not the owner before the one that gave her up. Because for the first 4 years of her life, Truffle has no history. So she only knew 1 year of history, and it's just like, has issues with other dogs. That's one of the things. But yeah, she's not really sure. But she thinks if she was used as a breeding dog, it would make sense to why she's not, like, socialized to other dogs at all. It was a for-profit kennel, and I think the owners breed their dogs wants to continue the line, keep a couple pups, and sell the rest after vetting the owners. Okay, so it's like a hobby breeder, the one that your parents are getting. You never asked how much a killer was, but they got her as a puppy, so you guess it won't be cheap. It depends. If they bought a puppy, then yeah, it might be more expensive as a puppy. But you can get adoptable puppies in rescues. But the problem with rescues is that the requirements for a rescue is insane. Like, she thought it was kind of insane that, like, it's so much easier to go buy a dog because the amount of paperwork, the amount of, like, vetting they do for rescues, people would just buy the dog at that point. Your dog adopted a dog, but it turned out it was an inbred? What's wrong with an inbred dog? They all need love still. They want to keep the having pet labs, so they breed their own for that purpose? Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. She feels like, as long as ethical, that is all gal for her. If there are the few lost dogs in the litter, can usually be cheaper, especially if they're hard for the owners to sell. That's sad. That would make her sad. She's talking from this as a gal whose first dog was a puppy mill dog. She literally got Louis from, like, a pet store because she was a brat and didn't realize you can adopt dogs when you were young. Lumber, a lot of dogs will be inbred, especially if they're pre-bred. Yeah, it happens a lot. Like, Truffle's actually a weirdly healthy Frenchie. Even though she has, like, allergies galore, her breathing is actually really healthy for a Frenchie. Because, like, no offense, Zach, your two dogs, they were breathing, and she was like, that's what a Frenchie should sound like. They do that heavy breathing. She's like, they're breathing. But Truffle doesn't breathe like that. Truffle, like, breathes normally. She does oink. Just do little oinkies, and she's like, she oinking. Rescue their dogs from a puppy mill that got raided. Oh, that's nice. Ow. Oh, sniffies. Frenchies, pugs, and chihuahuas. Sparrow tend to be the most inbred. Yes. Frenchies are pretty rough looking. Never seen for a long. Good morning. Thank you for coming by, Alfie. Thank you. Also, Gafe BT. Gafe. A family called Cavapoo. Everyone has a Cavapoo. He had a bad experience with men, so he came to us. He was petrified. Petrified or, like, violent, though? Petrified you can definitely work with. Hopefully, the doggo is calmer now. So that is very common in a lot of rescue dogs, actually, because when she was looking for a dog, a lot of them were like, can't live with men, and she's like, what happened? What? Like, in bold, like, no men, and she's like, what happened? Though she did find one that was kind of funny. They went, no one of white descent. And she was like, what happened to this dog for this dog to be racist? And like, what do you mean? This dog was like, no white people. this little like note was like no white people. Obviously they didn't say it like that, but they were like no has to be like the new owner has to be of non-white descent. And she was like, oh. Huh. There's some dogs being tormented by men because that's how men can be. Yeah, she can imagine like that is the reason why, but like seeing one being racist? That's crazy. You never thought you would hear a racist dog? Apparently that's a thing though. She had to look it up. He's better with me now, but you'd have to be careful in terms of voice volume, hand movements, and they're like, aw, that's very gal of you to be like, you know, thinking about the doggo. Cavapoos are very, very, loving dogs. A lot of her friends have cavapoos. They're quite hypoallergic too. Hyper for gals who are like, you know, sniffity. It's sometimes going on dog trials. What's to say about adoption? Not that you can live, because you live alone, you don't work from home, and you live in a flat. But it always makes you sad seeing the doggos need a home. The thing that makes her sad is always the breed of dogs that always need to get homes. There were a lot of Frenchies. Though there was this one Frenchie that was really fucking ugly. That she was like, yeah, that gal is ugly. Has she ever showed you gals? Wait, she wonders if she can find a photo of him. He's been adopted because he's not on the website anymore. He's not on the website anymore, which let's see. Meatball? No, not Meatball. Meatball was good. Meatball was good. There's a gal called Kiefer? Kiefer? Wait, Kiefer. Oh, he's so ugly. Wait, oh. No. Wait, she wonders if she can find it on, like, the website. Where? Okay, wait, she will find this. She needs to find it because it's so funny. Shit, she needs to find this dog. Oh, the chat not work. Oh wait, let her try and turn it on and off because it seems to be weirdly functioning sometimes. It functions weirdly sometimes. Let her check what's going on. The Wayback Machine? Oh, possibly. Ugly dogs are less likely to be adopted. Yeah, they are. It's very sad that it's less likely to be adopted, but she does love a good ugly dog. Ugly dogs are adorable, which is why she loves Truffle, because Truffle is ugly sometimes. Sometimes Truffle looks at her, she's like, damn, that dog ugly. But she loves ugly. Thank you for the hydrate. Can you say... You can just say it to make up to Senpai? You feel like it'd be a dog you've mugged off before? Nah. You'd be a wholesome doggo. She would love to kin-assign you people. Kin-assign people dogs at one point. Okay, wait, let her... She'll put the text to speech chat. Wait.
Mother, have you seen how unfathomably
Baby
large
cat.
I am today?
No. Yes! She's found a dog! Oh, that thing is ugly! Oh! But, she did go look at this dog, and this dog was quite, it's quite cute. But, like, it was aggressive AF. It was crazy aggressive. Wait. She's so happy she's found it. Look at... That thing looks like the Joker! Oh, why is she so tiny? It's a cute. What do you mean, cutie? Look at it. It looks like the Joker. That thing is it is Lucifer in a dog form. Wait, what? No, he's not cute. Wait, she did actually see him, but he's definitely less ugly in person than he is in like, look at him. And look at the thing. Don't put your hands near me. They scare me. But like he ugly. He's a fluffy Frenchie too, but he has a lot of health problems. But yeah, he like growled and like was a little bit aggressive, and she's like, okay, as much as she wouldn't mind, Mama Tiger would mind. You just say, no, he was aggressive as fuck. But he was like, when she saw it, she was like, oh, that's kind of cute. You know? You can change him. Well, he's been adopted already. She feels like ARQ is the kind of gal that would have a dog. You know, like his own dog. But you kind of do give cat gal as well. You're the Joker, baby. He does look like the Joker. He's so creepy. See, where you see a lot yeah, people do get rid of a lot of their greyhounds. There's a lot of greyhounds, pit bull staffies, and Frenchies in adoption places right now. You love cats so much. He does look like the Joker, Zach, and it's okay. He can look like the Joker. You're not. Why? Like, she gets it, you know. That's why you're here. But like, she's surprised that a lot of people are more cat gals. Like, cats are cute, but they're not loving. She likes a gal that like would cuddle up and wouldn't scratch the shit out of her. She's always been more of a dog gal, but that's also because she's a cat. You know, like she likes the things that she doesn't like. Right? Because if she, for example, if she wanted children, she'd just get a cat. Right? But she don't want children. She want a pet, so she got a dog. At the moment, okay, you just love cute animals, but I'm not sure you can take care of them properly at the moment. Just get a hamster. They die in 2 years, which is sad. But like, at least it's like a short-term commitment. And hamsters are funny as fuck. She's never had a hamster that hasn't died in a weird-ass way. No. I know they wouldn't just want to sit on your lap and be petted. Some people adopt a cat that is really friendly. It's like the fact that she goes occasionally. Right now, her one of her gal pals that not stream, but like they stream their cat cam. They recently got new kittens, and they look like little beans. Little beans, so cute. Oh, the camera's broken. Oh, the camera's broken. That's sad. You seen hamster die literally any way possible? It's crazy. Someone eating baking soda. That's crazy. Oh, hamsters dying crazy. There's never a hamster that dies from old age. You love pet rats again? Yeah, pet rats. Rats are also very much 2-year living kind of gals. You've been lurking there ever so often? Oh, the cat's awake right now. Where are your babies? Show her your babies. I had rats, but they lived like 2 years. The problem with rats is that Mama Tiger absolutely is petrified of rats. She used to have rats, they were lovely. They were really, really affectionate, very nice, very cute. But Mama Tiger wouldn't go near them. Absolutely would not go anywhere near them. You're very likely to look like a murder scene because your void boy would climb on your leg with his claws to sleep on your lap. Yeah, but Truffle does that shit too. Like, her leg is covered in scratches because of Truffle. Today she finally had she like grinded her nails down today, but they're still sharp as fuck. For some reason, this dog likes to, instead of using her paws, she likes to use her claws to like balance on people. Amagu is in Usagi's chat now. There we go. Oh yes, pick up your babies. Pick up your children. Don't just stretch. Pick up your babies. You left them in a corner. The cat isn't sterile. You can see why she hates them. So Mama Tiger hates rats because of tails. Mama Tiger thinks rat tails are the ugliest things in the world. She's like, 500 grams of weight somehow focus on those tiny claws. Tama puts 9 kilos of her in there. One of your rats had no fur. They were naked rats. So is the tails? Yeah, people are always scared of the tails. She always finds the tails quite cute. And she likes to, what she likes to do is that she likes to put them in between her, her top lip and use them as a little mustache. She's like, she has a little mustache when she used to have her rats. Poor Melody. Melody has a fluffy tail. You say this conservatively, you don't like cats? You're not a cat gal, mate? She thought you'd be a cat gal. Maybe if I wore a hazmat suit, you can get a cat. Oh, you're them allergic. You want them allergic people. You should get a Maine Coon. They're actually hyper-allergic, which is weird, isn't it? Oh no, wait, there's a thing that you can give a cat, like a medicine shop that turns their dandruff to make them non-allergic. There is a thing for people with cat allergies who want cats. There is a thing. She forgot what it's called. It's relatively new, but it's a shot you give to a cat. No, it doesn't harm them. It just changes them. No, it's feeding them something. It's like if you feed them eggs. Wait, she needs to Google this now. Wait. Hypoallergic cats. Yeah! There we go! Chicken eggs from hens exposed to cats. So if you get eggs that chickens have been around cats, it produces an antibody that neutralizes primary the allergen in cat saliva. Yeah, it's specific egg-based stuff. So they basically, you give something to chickens, and the chickens lays the egg that has the antibody, and then you give it to the cat, the egg, and then the cat saliva now has those antibodies, so you won't get the allergy. If your allergies are caused by that aspect of that cat. You did not know that? Yeah, she remembers reading about it sometime because she's that weirdo that occasionally reads scientific papers for shits and giggles. But yeah, she knew it was something you can give to cats to make their allergies. What's if it's different and then you're fucked? You know, you gotta figure out what makes you achoo. Cucumber's always the best method. Where the fuck? Why? There used to be a cat cafe in your town. It was literally a crazy cat lady would bring in whatever cat decided to go in the crates that day. She had 20 at home. That's dangerous. You're gonna become a cat person? You might have to see what you might have to see what cat you can have, like what allergy you have as well. Because if it's in their saliva, if you're allergic to the proteins in their saliva, then you can get the egg stuff. But it's not gonna be 100% effective, but it's definitely gonna lessen it. Or you get one of them naked cats. You can get one of them naked cats. She thinks they're ugly. Like, she thinks naked animals are a little bit like, oh, you look like a saggy ball. Like, she thinks about the same with like naked rats too. She's like, oh, you're like wrinkled and shit. Don't the naked cats be oiled? Don't oil the saggy tits of a cat. Listen, she likes a fluffy gal, okay? She knows Truffle is low-key a bit saggy and a little bit like, but she still has fur. You can oil your naked cat? Yeah, it is important that you do oil and like moisturize your naked animals. But the worst one is that you have to squeeze the pores of your naked animals. That's gross. Sinks cat? Yeah, you don't have to worry the temperature like. Yeah, but you also need to worry about the temperature for like Frenchies too. To have fur and doesn't have is rough. It is a bit rough, but like it is very helpful for like people who are allergic. But yeah, okay, if you ever want a cat, you should think about feeding them that weird egg. Those eggs are probably a bit expensive, but you probably can get like the dehydrated version of the eggs that like help the protein go down. Yo, it's the kittens! The kittens are out! So is the housemate of the gal who fosters the cats. Oh, they're little beans. They're little beans. 2027, you'll be a pet man. You need to get what's the word? You need to get all your travel out. So go to Japan, go to all your trips while you still can. You can also breed them without the genome. Like, you can definitely breed for gals that are a little bit hyperallergic, hypoallergic cats, but you can't 100%, you know. Even the naked ones will still have the protein in the saliva, so you just feed them the weird egg. 2028, you'll be a pet man. There you go. Animals that usually have fur without fur feel weird. They just look weird. They look all wrinkly. Like, little wrinkly gals. But you two can be... You should, like, you know... This, like, technology has really improved over the last, like, couple of years. Because if you think about it, right? Human medicine has, improved a lot. And guess what has to be tested before human medicine gets to work? On animals! So, animal, medicine has gotten really good. Because, like, there's allergy, like injections you can give to dogs and cats nowadays for them, you know, for their allergies. And when she was studying medicine, that really wasn't really a thing. So technology's really improved for like life and stuff. Have you seen a naked owl? You mean the that is kind of gross looking if she thinks about it. That is quite eerie, that. Quite eerie. Right. She might wrap it up for the day so she gets in bed before 12. Even though she wants to yap more. Just Sunday's lunch. The fuck was she talking about? She thought she was talking about... What was she talking about? What Sunday's lunch? The kittens? Oh, naked owl? Oh, Have you seen a one with a pet snake or reptile? Yeah, the gal that fosters these cats. The housemate owns snakes. They're quite cool. Think it's really time to call her night. She is quite eepy. She needs to. You know the worst part? She has to sort out payroll. How fun is that? You know, because you know we're because the kittens are being played with. Maybe we'll go and raid into the kitten stream. Any gal that donates during that stream, they also kind of put it into getting like treats and stuff for the cat. So if you are able to, you know, just leave. Like if you want to just look at some fostered cats, because they have kittens and it's very very cute. So you should all like. Yay, payroll! Would you like to do it for her? She doesn't want to do it. Okay, so the gal we're gonna raid into is called Usagi Kimi. They are a good gal pal. That she one second, she needs to mute this tab. But she hangs out with a lot. Does she hope you sleep well? Yay! Thank gal! She hopes every gal rests well too. We're gonna go over to Hiyori and Kana over on YouTube. They're currently playing some TCG right now, the Grand Archive TCG. So go enjoy it. No! They've turned off the camera! No, go back! Oh, you know what? The kittens are still there. You can still see all the kittens. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. She's gonna start the raid so that you... She's gonna burp. Not burping time. She'll see you all on Wednesday for some co-working. Basically, she's gonna do the same thing, but she has to work during it too. Boo! Boo, everyone! Boo! Boo working! Okay, everybody go look at cute cats. Tomorrow... Oh, yeah! She has a community night tomorrow. 10 p.m. BST. If you're free, come and play Mecha Chameleon. You have to get it on Steam first, though, so make sure you buy it on Steam. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you, everyone! Bye! Bye-bye. Go look at kittens! Oh, they're little. They're standing up. Oh, they're trying to stand up. Oh, they're wiggling. Ah, so cute.